What's going on, everybody out there? This is Rep the Culture. I'm your man JB-Boy313, doing a little something different today, going live. Quick story, and you guessed it, smoke sesh. Man, we are doing something different on a couple of different levels. You can notice, shout out to the Pearl Gang, by the way, this is not a honey Dutch. No. I tried something different. I tried a Swisher Sweet Mini. So let's see how this goes. Cheers, everybody. What I'm smoking on is Kev 4 times Purple OG from Utopia Gardens. Huge shout out to Utopia Gardens. They're one of the dispensaries that I frequent in Metro Detroit, along with, you already know, Botanic. Check those dispensaries out in Detroit, man. They're some of the realest dispensaries around, so if you're in the Metro Detroit area. Buckets of music in the background, set the vibe. Alright, now that we got that out the way, real quick, before I go any further, if you like my videos, if you like what you hear, go ahead, smash that subscribe button. Also, give a huge smash to that like button, just so I know that you liking what I'm putting out there. Also, please comment below what you're smoking on today. I would really like to know. Alright, now that we got all the formalities out of the way, it's odd story time. Now, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about McDonald's. With that being said, what can I say? I probably messed up in the beginning by going to McDonald's. I normally don't frequent McDonald's that often anymore. I try to stay away from fast food as much as I can. Just trying to be healthier. I'm getting older. I can't be eating like I normally eat. So, however, though, McDonald's breakfast I am addicted to. I don't know what it is. Their iced coffees are amazing. Their breakfast sandwiches are amazing, and their hash browns, I just love those hash browns. I don't know. So, this morning, at around, I'm going to say, around 5:45, maybe 10 to 6, I started getting hungry. Get dressed, get in my car, head on over to McDonald's. Normal thing, right? I don't know. I'm sure anybody that goes to McDonald's has experienced getting into their vehicle, being hungry, wanting to go somewhere. So I drive. Now, mind you, McDonald's is not that far away from my house. I'm going to say it probably takes me about 5 minutes to get there. So I get in my car, drive for 5 minutes, pull into the parking lot. I see one car parked, which I'm assuming that was probably an employee's vehicle. And don't see any cars in the drive-thru. So I pull right up, thinking, well, sweet, nobody else is here. I'm going to get my breakfast pretty quick. This is going to be smooth. Oh, man, was I wrong. So I pull up. I'm waiting there. Nothing. The little speaker. There's the menu. The little speaker. You wait for somebody to say hi. I'm going to take your order. Doesn't happen. So I wait a good 5 or 10 minutes. Still nothing. I'm hanging out the window. Excuse me, hello, anybody there? I'm ready to order. Nothing. So at this point, I'm a little bit agitated that I've had to wait here 5 or 10 minutes and nothing has happened. So I pull around. I pull up to the very first. Usually there's 2 drive-thru windows. I pull up to the first one. I pulled up to the first one purposefully. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing today? Or tonight, depending on where you're at. Anyway, I pull up to the first window with the intentions of just looking for that little piece of that little sticker in the window that shows the times, because I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm too early. And I pull up, and it literally lists Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and next to it, time is a 24. Now, we all know what 24 means, 24 hours. So now, if it says that your establishment is open 24 hours, I'm then going to go and assume that that means 24 hours out of the day I will be able to get something from your establishment, considering what? Considering it says 24 hours. Now I proceed to get a little bit more agitated, only because I had been waiting there 5 or 10 minutes at the speaker, and now this is another minute or two wasted looking at the hours on the drive-thru window, only to see that it should be open. So I pull to the next window. I look in there, I see a few employees sitting at tables inside of the restaurant, and I see another employee looking to pour themselves some coffee or some pop or something. And the reason why I say it's for themselves is because there's nobody else in line at this time, nobody else at this McDonald's trying to order except for me. So I'm waiting and trying to get the attention of this person. Nothing at first. So now about 15 minutes has gone by. I'm waiting, looking like an idiot. I can't get this person's attention. So I reach out and I bang on the window. The reason I do this, and I know I said before I'm agitated, and the reason I did this is because I want to just talk to a manager and find out what's going on. So I bang on the window. The lady sees me. She comes over, opens the window. I say, "Excuse me, miss, are you guys closed?" And she proceeded to say, "Yes, we are closed. We don't open till 6:45. Look at my phone. It's at this point about 6:15, 6:20. 6:45 is, damn near 20 minutes away. So I proceed to look back at her and I say, "Excuse me, well, how come on the window back there it says you guys are open 24 hours? She said, well, she started to how somebody when they get caught off guard, they kind of like, well, what can I get you? At this point, like I said, we're about 15 minutes into this whole ordeal. And yes, you can go ahead and clown me in the comments for not just pulling away. But I didn't pull away for a reason, and I'll explain that reason briefly, which is, it's the fact of the matter, it's the point of the whole situation, that if one company can get away with bending their own set forth rules and kind of putting us in a situation where it's kind of inconvenient to us, then we won't get good service anywhere or at any time. So that's why I'm making this video. So, after she says, "Well, what can I get you?" I proceed to say, "Well, can I please speak to your manager?" She says, "Okay, well, did you want me to put an order in?" And I just said, "Well, I'd like to speak to your manager first." So she said, "Okay, hold on 1 minute." So I'm holding, and another couple minutes goes by, and I'm looking in there, and I don't see the manager at the window yet. So about about 5 minutes goes by. So we're at a grand total of about 20 minutes at this point in time. Manager comes to the window, opens the window. "Yes, mister, how may I help you?" I proceed to ask her, "Is this McDonald's open 24 hours? She proceeds to say yes. I said, "Okay, well, if this McDonald's open 24 hours, why is it when I pulled up, I couldn't get my order taken?" "Well, I'm sorry, sir, but our employees aren't on time for the shift, and I had to log out the midnight shift employees because they can't go over hours." So I do greatly apologize. And I look at her and I said, you know, I understand that. I do. I get shifts, work, and hours need to be under control to turn a profit. But my response was this. Okay, miss, I do understand that, but you're the manager, correct? She says, yes. I said, well, every manager that I've worked for, at least the good ones, and I mean, I didn't say that to her, the good ones, but I proceeded to explain it. Every manager that I've worked for, when we've been short-handed, they jump in and they help out where they can. So I don't understand what's going on here. You know, I've been waiting this whole time to get my order taken when it says you guys are open 24 hours and nothing is happening, and now you're telling me it's because your employees are late. All I can say is, A, maybe you need to hire better employees, and B, as a manager, shouldn't you jump in? She looks at me and rolls her eyes and says, well, sir, I guess you're right. I said, at this point, I said, excuse me? Hold on one second. Something's happening with the music on that. So let me do something else. I don't know. But anyway, she rolls her eyes at me. I say, you know what? I'm good, miss. I'm good at ordering. Well, actually, you know, I don't know if I said this already, but she rolled her eyes and she said, okay, well, since you're right, what can I get you then? I said, well, actually, you can't get me anything because I'm not ordering anything. Man, I don't know what. He does this sometimes. I don't know what's going on. You know, there's always got to be some technical difficulties. Stay tuned, people, for technical difficulties. Okay, I think we should be rolling again. Oh, okay, so I looked at her and I said, actually, no, I'm sorry, I don't really care to order anything. I don't understand, like, I literally looked at her and I said, you know, I'm not trying to be rude, but we all, you know, we've all had jobs in our lives and we all work jobs that we might not necessarily enjoy, or we have tasks we don't enjoy doing. However, it's on us to still have pride, because even if we don't like that job and we have pride, we have people that we have to answer to, and in your case, it's customers. And if you don't think that we're the number one priority, cool, I get that, but man, I'm sure McDonald's wants you to think like that. And maybe that was rude, I don't know, maybe it was. I could be a dickhead sometimes, I understand. Let me know in the comments below if you think I was rude, or if I was asking for too much or expecting too much out of the situation, or if I should have just saw that, if I should have just, when I saw they weren't taking my order through the microphone at the menu, if I should have just left. Let me know in the comments below. So after I said that, I just took off. I did. I left and just went back home. I felt utterly defeated. I didn't, still hungry. Don't even know why I went home, but I was so utterly defeated and confused at what was going on. If you're out there also and you work at McDonald's, or you know about, or you used to work at McDonald's, let me know. Maybe I misunderstood something about the shift change or something, but, or was I being unreasonable about somebody who's a manager? I don't know. You know, I work plenty of jobs. Even the gig I have now, you know, we have a manager who's newer, you know, maybe not to me, but to the job, or to our venue. And I've already seen him jump in and help out. You know, it's insane. It's like that's the sign of a good manager. You know, I don't understand. I don't know. Am I being too crazy? Am I being too much of a dickhead about that? I don't know. I will tell you real quick. This switcher, as you can see, we're getting down to nub status, but it is burn forever. I know I haven't been super tokening, but you know. So yeah, I was so utterly defeated. I just went home. I ended up going somewhere else a couple hours later to get something to eat, but it blew my mind. I mean, even to the point where I got on McDonald's website and I went to go fill out a complaint. However, I didn't send it because I also do believe people deserve the benefit of the doubt, and I do understand that in interactions like that, we don't know what people are going through, and I'm not trying to excuse what I just said, but I do understand that sometimes I get people are in grumpy moods and they don't know what they're going through, and I personally don't think this manager should lose their job. I don't think employees should lose their job, and that's what I guess I would be afraid of if I sent a complaint in, instead of maybe McDonald's corporate going there and just maybe retraining everybody, including the manager, you know? It could be an issue of that, and if that's the case, you know, I don't want to cause anybody to have to lose their job and have their life changed and over me, you know? I would feel terrible, you know? I feel like I'm a good dude, and I don't want that bad karma out there. So, you know. Bad. But yeah, I was. Oh man. I don't know. I even thought about like tomorrow morning. There's a like I don't know. Where I live in Detroit, there is quite a few fast food restaurants around me, and there are two McDonald's that are pretty close to my house that take. You know, the one that I went to that I had this spinach that takes me about 5 minutes to get to. The other McDonald's takes me about roughly 5 minutes to get to. So maybe I kind of want to go to that one and see how it is. You know, wake up early and go there and see if it's the same. If I get the same treatment. I don't know. I don't know. I probably won't though. I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see. We shall see. And I hate to come on here and badmouth McDonald's. I'm sure this is probably like a thing, just like the GameStop videos or the Walmart videos you see on here. But my mind is just blown by the situation. I don't understand it. And I know I've heard recently too that McDonald's is just not, they're not doing too good. I think in 2018 they closed the most stores they ever had to in the history of their franchise, which is 50 plus years long, I believe, at this point. So I would hope that this type of management or this type of, what do you call that? The type of, you know, the type of, I don't know, I just hope that's not the type of culture and environment that they're breeding in all of them, and that's why, you know? I couldn't think of the word. I mean, oh well, you know, I just, so soothing. um, and you know, I haven't had too many terrible experiences with McDonald's. This is one of the first major ones. I know I used to date this woman, and me and her went to McDonald's one time, and they took everybody's order, and we stood there for it would seem like 30 minutes plus, and then it took 45 minutes for us to get our food after we did order. And I know she wrote a letter and complained, and we ended up getting a bunch of free food or something like that, which is cool, I guess. But I don't know. See, I'm afraid if I did write in too that they would send me something like that, and I'd just get angry again, because I don't go to McDonald's that often, and for you to just give me the free meal that I would have gotten this morning if those people would have properly done their job. I mean, come on, man. I'm worth a little bit more than that, I think. And I would hope McDonald's would view their customers more than that, you know? I don't know. But, you know, enough of the McDonald's rep. I'm not trying to bash them too much. I'm not going to give you the location of this one in Detroit. I don't even. I do remember the manager's name, but I'm not even going to say that either. So, like I said, comment below. Let me know if you've had a terrible experience at McDonald's and what that was. Let me know if you think I was out of line or tripping, I guess. Was I hangry? I don't know. Let me know. If you think I was hangry, hashtag hangry in the comments. With that being said, if you looked at the title, you did see this was McDonald's Horror Story Plus Smoke Sesh. And with that being said, there are a couple of other things that I did want to touch on this video. And one of those things is, I'm not sure what I'm going to name this yet. And this is a huge shout out to Joe Rogan. I do listen to his podcast a lot. I do follow him in life. He's kind of inspirational to me. I don't look up to people, but I do take inspiration from certain people and certain things they say and certain ways they move and whatnot. And I mean, I would hope to someday have a platform as powerful as he does. So that's definitely one inspiring thing. So as an example, but you know, him and his friends, they did Sober October. As you can see, I'm smoking these nasty cigarettes, and I want to quit smoking cigarettes, and I want to take what do they call that? A tolerance break from smoking weed for about a month. So come February, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be videoing my journey into quitting smoking cigarettes. I'm not looking forward to it. The weed thing is, that's whatever. I know I can do that. But these right here, since I started as a young teenager, these things have had me. I've never gotten addicted to hard drugs like cocaine, heroin, anything like that. But I only assume that this comes close to it, I'm imagining. I don't know if I can even do it come February 1st. But I'm going to try, and I'm going to document how I feel, and if there's any sort of things that I found to kind of help take the stress away. Now reading up on everything and talking to people, I do hear that once you get past 3 days, it gets easy because technically your body is kind of gotten those toxins out after 3 days. I don't know how true that is, but I have read that and I've talked to a few people about it. So I do hear after the initial 3 days, after that it's just getting used to not the oral fixation part of it. So the smoking weed, I just want to take a tolerance break from that. Only because, like, man, I smoke a lot of weed every day. Like, if I told you how much weed I smoke, I'm sure some of you out there watching this probably smoke as much as me. You might even smoke more than me. But for me personally, between dabbing and smoking flower, I smoke a lot of weed every day, and I don't have the hookups like some people. You know, I pay for my weed. I get it, you know, I get the homie hookups from some people. But if I go to a dispensary, you know, I don't have any hookup there. I'm paying their price plus now, you know, tax because it's legal, which I don't have an issue for doing, but, you know, there's things I want to do, and I want to take that money that I would normally allocate towards that and throw it towards this other stuff. And plus, when I smoke, I want to feel like I'm getting super blown out and like and just dumb baked, like, you know, like couch locked all the way came and think straight. I want to get like that again, and I don't feel like that, you know. I could take 6, 7, 8 dabs, you know, and sitting there, and then roll up a blunt, take it to the dome, and I'm chilling, while I'm working and stuff. So, I'm not trying to, I guess, call this like, sober February or anything like that. I'm not gonna be like working out and doing a challenge like they did, but I'm gonna be challenging myself to quit smoking weed for good. I'm gonna do a month of not smoking weed. Now there's a caveat. The tap out point is gonna be 2 weeks for weed smoking. If not, if I make it to the month, then I will go. I may even go past the month. I don't know. But maybe I'll just wait till it's summertime here. Who knows? But yeah, that's the plan for February, so stay tuned for that series of videos. Also, too, I'm going to try to be more consistent with the smoke sesh. I just wanted to revamp some things, and then I had some other things that I want to start. As you can see, I've also started a new segment called On This Day in Rap. And I'm doing that because when I'm on social media, I always see everybody post the album cover of some album that came out, or there's a meme, on this day in rap, on this day, Mobb Deep dropped Infamous, you know what I'm saying, or Wu-Tang dropped Enter the 36 Chambers, and you don't get really anything past that. And I understand that, like, if you want to, you can go and Google search that if you're interested, but I'm gonna just start making videos. They're gonna be probably about a minute. The first one I think was like a minute 30. I don't want to go past 2 minutes. Just a brief history of the album that came out on that day, and it's gonna be a wide range of things. Also, something I'm gonna be bringing back too is the reviews of strains and weed-related products. Yes, I know some of you probably hit subscribe to follow me for that type of content and to smoke along with me, and I greatly appreciate you. Keep on smoking along with me when you see these videos, especially if you pull up to the smoke sesh, because that's what it's all about. But I am going to be getting back, to doing that, so stay tuned. Just trying to make things more concrete and get kind of the flow going with posting content more regularly and just trying to grow everything in 2019. I know I started posting these videos about 9 months ago, and back then I didn't take it serious. I was just bored doing it, but I have a vision now, and I have goals, and I wrote those goals down, and I'm going to accomplish them. So, well, I've been rambling for a good while now. The blunt's been out. Thank you once again for tuning in. Like I said before, if you have any crazy McDonald's stories, leave them below. Also, once again, huge shout out to the Pro Gang. Thank you so much. You are the glue that holds the fabric together. That is Rep the Culture. Greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for greater content, better content. That is something else we are trying to do in 2019. Also, just sending a lot of positivity out there to everybody. Greatly appreciate it. So, thank you. Tune in. Peace.